Well, hello and welcome everyone to Spain for Elite Aspect F1 2025. We are in preseason testing. This is week 2 of preseason testing, session 1 of day 1 as we get underway here. More testing, absolutely. Need to get it done as we prepare for this new season of Elite Aspect F1 25. New game, so letting the drivers get acclimated. Couple new faces. I believe Frigate and Joan are newcomers. I'm sure some more will join us as for testing. Here as we switched over to Spain. We did our testing in Bahrain. We got some great numbers from the drivers. And we are looking forward to getting on with the season. Another reason we're doing this is because we have team principals who cannot drive. They're in charge of the team and their 2 drivers, and they will have to draft after preseason testing is done. Based on drivers' performances, they will be given a grade and a salary. And then the team principals will have a certain cost cap to purchase their chassis, engines, gearboxes, and draft their 2 drivers that they would like to carry on for their first season. As we're just getting started here with the first testing session of this round in Spain, so 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Saturday. We'll be doing 2 sessions a day, as most everybody is out there on an outlap now. I think he's doing that on purpose. I'm not sure why. As he will be the first one to begin somewhat of a push lap on the hard tires. We're warming them up really nicely. They'll lock up into turn 1. To turn 3, we are here at the circuit Barcelona, Catalunya. 4.65 kilometers. I think that's roughly right at 3 miles, I believe. Looks like he's still warming up his tires a little bit. May have cooled down this lap. Got Frigate 3360, who is our first time seeing them. Just going around. Same with Joan and the other Ferrari. Has purpled the second sector. And he's not really pushing. There's a 1:15.5 on the hard compound tires to get us started with a time on the board. Oh, nice, starting to push that on the soft compound tires. Usually don't see this. At the start of testing, Frigate put in a 116.728 on a set of hard compound tires. on the soft. Spoke does have the fastest first sector, as we're watching him come around now. Turns 7 and 8 can be a little tricky, especially with that raised curb on the exit of kind of turn 7 and 8 there. Do the revamp turn 10. And then finish up the lap with 13 and 14. Did invalidate, but it's going to come across the line with a 114.9. So we'll call it a 115 flat. Bring it behind as a 114.8. We've got young legs about to start a lap, it looks like. A little tight there. Will it open the lap up? Yes, it will. Looks like the rear brakes locked a little bit there. So the rear end kick around a little bit, getting into the turn. Well, the fastest per sector. Always like this turn 5, 6, and 7. A little bit more of the curve on the outside there. Brings it down into turn 7, and then the inside of turn 8 is where that curve is, that raised curve. Bring it does a 113.828. These times will continue to drop. So finishes the long straight first of the DRS zone besides the main straight. Up down gear there and does a 116 flat on the hard compound. Catch up with MDJ here on the hard compounds. Saw them quite a bit in the last session when we did Bahrain earlier in the week, which was rather nice. May show you some of those times a little bit later once we get some of these times on board and get some more people to join in and take part in this practice session as MDJ comes across with an improvement of a 118.526. But we don't know what the fuel load's like. We don't know what kind of setups they're using. They may be testing other things out there. So they're going through their practice programs and testing sessions and trying to goals they're going to set within a lap or 5 laps or something like that. So just still getting a feel for the cars. MDJ, and we lost the front end there. As we see most of the drivers, we do have 2 drivers still in the pit, Bundy and Boakmasters. As we're here for preseason testing here in Barcelona, Spain, for Elite Aspect F1 25, getting some testing done, getting some laps in, all the drivers joining a few sessions here and there throughout the couple weeks that we've been doing this. Start a second week here, so day 1, session 1 of week 2. As we see that rear end kind of come around, this track will liven up a little bit as the day testing session goes on. through there. Staying at home. Hit the curb and it kicked him out. Unfortunate. Might have to raise the rod heights around here, especially with that curb being turn 8. And then we're seeing some of the curbs being unsettling. And Joe's still out there. Putting in laps in the Ferrari. Looks like picked up a little gravel there on the far right. Fairly smooth through there. Into turn 5. Into turn 5 and then again into turn 7 and 8 here. Possible overtaking zones. Figured on the hard soft, brought on some soft tires and did a 113.828 there. And there's a DRS zone there. And then the new turn 10 is interesting is the way you can take different lines through it. So that always makes it interesting, especially in the race. Joe is pretty much setting consistent laps here in the 115s on the hard compound tires. We saw Frigate do the 113.8 on soft. Looks like it's about to set up for another push lap here. Go right on board. Late break. Able to ride that curb. Looks like an excellent run through there the first few turns as we come around turn 4 now. Fastest first sector. 5 is interesting. That curb on the outside can unsettle you. Fairly tidy. Through the second sector there. Open DRS. Find your braking point depending on the line you're taking. Do you want to make it a late apex? Do you want to make it an early apex? And yeah. The hill, bringing it down through the gears through turn 12, through turn 13. Have to pull it in 7th gear. Open the DRS and cross the line with a 113 flat on the soft compound tires. Trying to find somebody who might be on a push lap here. On the hard compound tires, young light still is. That's the fastest second sector on the hard compound tires. With a 114, it's a 1.3 seconds faster. There's a 114.7 on those hards. Looks like Bundy's on a slow lap. Pokemaster's still in the pits. MDJ out there, 8-lap old hards, still pushing. Joe doing the same thing. Red Bull Bundy getting out of the way. So is MDJ. Very smooth. Still on the hard compound tires. Still right around that 115, so consistent. MDJ into the pits. I've seen Bundy set some pretty good lap times in the previous testing session at Bahrain, so it's more of the corner of turn 1. Oh, and the rear end. Pit save. Way to slow it down. Front lock up, 7-lap old hards. As Joan just does a 1:14.792 on those hards. So still, oh, I'm sorry, a 5.92, 2/10 up on Young Lights now, who I think just improved a touch. Check on tires a little bit later as we carry on here in testing for Elite Aspect F1 25. We're here in Barcelona, Spain this week. So 6 sessions overall, 3 days, 2 sessions a day, 1-hour sessions. We got some great data back in Bahrain, and these drivers are looking to prove, show themselves to be more capable, and at the same time get some more laps in under their belt in the new game. MDJ on an out lap, on fresh soft. Lyndon Williams. That looked pretty quick to me. I think these are fresh hard. Maybe put the same pair on, I'm not sure. We just needed fuel. A little bit through there. This is a pretty good looking lap so far. Ooh, got the quick pull in. And let off a little bit. Very nice recovery to 6th gear. And definitely improves by 2 seconds to a 1:16.497. So I'm sure once you see improvements like that, and it looks like you can still push this lap as well and go again. So still has plenty of battery. So maybe just out there putting the laps in. Bring it out there on the softs again. We're going to do a push lap here. Stuck to the inside. Turn 3 there. Over the Santander side in turn 4. Again, you can take different lines through there. How much speed can you carry? Where do you hit the apex? Open the DRS. Hit the spot, point to it, hit the brakes. Good exit from there with the fastest second sector. Again, on the soft compound tires of the 113 flat. As after 20 minutes of running here in this testing session, the track is starting to rubber up a little bit, starting to grip in. Well, a little bit wide there coming out of turn 14. So not going to be able to, on 114 flat, even with that big mistake, we probably lost more than a second, especially on the next lap. As it was an outlap for Joan on the mediums. Looks to be pushing on now. Not sure if they did a big warm-up. Let's see how the medium feels around here. Red Bull off the side there. Bundy is tired, it looks like, as Poison Harbor joins the session. And we're taking a look at Joan. Is it Joe Animator or something like that? I'm $114.8 on the mediums for Joan there. Young Lights and MDJ are still just out there pushing on those hard compound tires. Poison Armor's taken to an outlap. Milkmasters is in the pit. Young Lights appeared to be warming up tires, and so did... That's Harbor behind in the other V-Carb Racing Bull. Alright. Young Lights and Poison Harbor pretty much back to back here in the V-Carbs. Oh, and Young Lights losing the rear end there into the gravel trap. They may be able to get out. Might have caught Poison Harbor by surprise. A couple commentators' curses so far today, so I do apologize for that, but at the same time, this is a new game, and these guys are running with absolutely no assists on at all. And 127.87. Well, looks like it's on for another push lap. And he's validated that one as well. Oh yeah, MTJ and Young Lights just churning laps in. So almost halfway through preseason testing for the day here. I mean, for this session here, as we do have another 1 hour session a little bit later in the day, coming up 1 hour after this. A little bit wide there from MDJ, but again, 13 lap old hard tires. Pick up with Young Lights here. Top of the hill, the fast turn 9 leading into the DRS zone. Pick your line coming in turn 10. Up the hill to 11, 12. Bring it home through 13, 14. 14's caught a couple drivers out today. Proves on a half second there, up to a 1:14.260. On the hard compound tires, still improving after 15 laps. So very nice there. I think Jared might be on another push lap here on the mediums. His way up through turn 3 and 4. Didn't see a purple sector there. Decarb in front, hopefully gets out of the way. Very nice. Mr. Carr being slow on track, getting out of the way of someone. So, no need for too much alarm in the yellow there. Stay in there. Okay. Didn't veer too far wide. Might have compromised a little bit of entrance speed here. Into turn 10. Get on the power. Climb the hill. Just a few downshifts. Foot to the floor. Pick that one right. See the apex. Get it on it. Nice. One little improvement there to a 1:14. So 1:15 was the nice setting times, or was it Frigate with the 1:15 flats? So very nice there. But we did see Frigate do into the pits now. I mean, put on a set of softs and just did a 1:12.573. So it'll be interesting to see how these drivers continue on in this practice session. With Poison Harbor for a little bit here. And he's on a 0 lap medium. And I'm just going to step away and refill my beverages and be able to talk to you guys for another hour and a half, 2 hours this evening. As we're here for Elite Aspect F1 25. Second week of testing here at Spain in Barcelona. We're on the Circuit Catalunya for another session of testing. So we're on week 2, day 1, session 1 is what we're doing right now. We'll come back to you with a couple more, with another hour, 1 hour following this session here. Well, about halfway through here of the first session for this week. And yeah, interesting tires. The guys have run, some guys came out on hards and ran a bunch of laps, and then some didn't. Came on softs, and then went on hards, did a few laps and came in, put on softs, and really tested the track. But the track's been ramping up, and we've seen those times drop, and I think Frigate did that 112.573 on softs. As we see, Young Light's putting on a set of mediums now. We'll probably do a pretty long run with that, as well as Poison Harbor. So we'll keep an eye on the two Racing Bulls for now. Let me take a little quick 5-minute break session, and we'll come back to watch the end of this session when pretty much it starts ramping up and guys put on the softs and start the qualifying runs in. So we'll be looking towards for that in just a little bit. When we make our way back to it, Frigate still on top of that 112.573 set on the softs. Let's see the best time set on Joan. I'm about to step in here. It's done that on 14.4 on mediums. Coming out on softs now. And you see a few drivers in the pit. Poison Harbor was a little bit new to join. Rounding turn 3 here, so we'll give them a little screen time for our team principals here. Alright, sorry, commentator's curse again. Held on to it. Didn't touch the wall there. So very nicely done. Let's get the gravel out of these tires and probably just cool it on this lap for the rest of the way. The Spriggan is out there on mediums now. You can set that 112.5 on softs. I expect to see another run of that. His Young Lights comes into the pits, so he's bitching those mediums pretty quickly. I guess did 5 or 6 laps on them, so has his own run plan. Nothing wrong with that. So away we go on the mediums with Frigate. It's now turn 3. Right before turn 4 is where the first sector. So I don't expect to see Frigate setting fastest times here. Maybe as a track represent a little bit later, the mediums might be a pretty good compound, but the times that he's looking to beat are his own. Which is going to be tough, considering he's done that on the softs already. So 1.3 seconds back from his... We're just going to do this to try to compare these medium runs here. Should be able to make up a little bit of time here on the mediums compared to the softs. Crossing line with a 114.5. As we pick up a Joan on the softs now. Just over to help you turn 9. Not much battery left. Purple the second sector, on softs of course. The 112.872 on the softs. And as we take a good look at Young Lights coming out of the pits as well, just in front of the Ferrari. Boatmasters in the McLaren out there. Haven't given them much screen time. They were in the pits for a while there. Put on Boatmasters here for just a little bit. I know he's capable of setting some pretty good times. I'm not sure if they're on a push lap here or because it's invalidated. Because I'm pretty sure we're getting really close to these guys putting in the pits and throwing on a couple sets of softs. And at least doing 2 or 3 qualifying attempts. We'll give Boatmasters a lap here. Remove the commentator's curse. Laid downshift in the third. I think gave him a little traction there. Good through turns 1 and 2. Out of turn 3 here. Get to the outside. Aim for a little later apex there, it looked like. Too tidy through 5 there. 7 and 8. Top turn 9, open the DRS. Pick the braking point. Slid in there a little bit. Maybe able to help coming out here. Is that a purple sector? Remember? Alright. Didn't see it. I thought I saw a flash. Go ahead and come out of that a little bit. It's gonna cost time. Cross the line with a 114 flat on the medium, so his best by a second. So we see those times starting to drop. Obviously the soft compounds are superior. But we've already seen some really good times on the hards. Guess we'll stick with Poison Harbor on this one. Looks like he's about to do fast lap here. Fourth come out. Doesn't look like to be burning too much energy here. Oh, stepped out a little bit there. I'll have to. Poison Harbor kind of struggling. Maybe these drivers are going for a little bit, not enough rear wing downforce. Alright, so we got some drivers. I think Young Lights and Joan are going to be going for it here. Well, Young Lights into the pits. We've got Joan on the salt compound. And Houston battery. 15 minutes left to go here in our Elite Aspect F1 25 preseason testing, week 2, day 1, session 1. Fastest first sector. Judging that pretty well through turns 4 and 5 there. 7 and 8, always tricky. Able to hang that one in there. Can we keep it full? Very nice. And our second sector, we'll have another fastest by almost 2/10. So this could see us, a little bit of a step out there on the rear. Turns 13, turns 14. I think this time was going to be really, really good, and then just lost a few tenths there. So 1:12.872. Does that not beat the fastest time of theirs? Not sure. So we'll pick up with Frigate again. As they make their way past the second sector here. That should be a purple second sector. Just looking at a 1:12.4 here, maybe. Yeah, if they get enough purchase out of the tires through 13, and they hit the apex right on 14, kept the foot in. It's gonna be a 1:12.483. Young White's on an out lap. Jones still on an in lap. Master starting a lap here. Trying to get out of the way. Hopefully it didn't distract too much. Doesn't look like it. Bookmaster's still pushing on pretty well here. Ooh, early into turn 5 there. That was looking pretty good turn 10. Gonna have to slow it down as you came in early on turn 11 there. 12, 13, 14. Maybe this will be a push lap. Nice through turn 3 there on the inside. Gonna carry a lot of speed into turn 4 here. Young Lights with a 112.4 now. That's best time by 3 thousandths of a second. Oh, almost a little bit wide there coming out of turn 9. Alright, this could be in the 113s for sure. On the soft compounds though, may get better purchase. Nice and tidy through 13. 14, stay there. Oh no, that shouldn't have happened. With a 113.274, so unfortunate that that one did not get recorded. And again, on the soft compound, as we've got Poison Harbor out there on the hards. Haven't shown him too much today as he joined a little bit late, it seems. So may still be getting a little acclimated. Still plenty of time here. 10 minutes left. As we see Young Lights and Frigates into the pits. We'll pick it up with Joan and see. Are they going to try to put in one more hot lap here? Close to it. As far as their best time, if they have a good second sector here. Could see them start getting closer to Frigate and Young Lights here. But again, 10 minutes left here for Elite Aspect F125 preseason testing. I look pretty good through there. If we pick that braking point and get out a little bit of a wobble there, able to recover, gets it slowed down into turn 12 now. 13 and 14. Might be a pretty good lap here. 112.708. So definitely improvement in closing that gap to Young Lights and Frigate. As we're picking up with MDJ here now, finally, on the Williams. Looks to be putting in a strong lap. Able to get the car slowed down into turn 5 as we make our way through 6, now 7 and 8. Nice and smooth. Stuck in there pretty well, so good to see. Into turn 10. Hits the early apex, brings it out and back. So tricky to on the apex there of 12. Oh, missed it out a little bit on 14, but able to keep the foot in. The 113.199, so 113.2. Time improving there for MDJ. Masters is on an outlap. Poison Harbor, I think, is just cruising around on the hards for now. Joan comes into the pits, and Frigate and Young Lights again back out there on the soft compound. So we'll ride on board with Young Lights. Soft compound tires late in the day, time winding down, tracks rubbered in. 2 turns 1 and 2. Up the hill through turn 3. What apex do you want to choose? You can take a wider line in there sometimes. The bridge in turn 4. Interesting lines through there that different people can take as well. Turn 5, not quite all the way to the apex. Down turn 6. 7 and 8 always tricky. Stay off that yellow, because it can hurt you. Can you keep your foot on the throttle through turn 9? Yes, sir, you can. Give it everything you've got into turn 10. Up the hill 11. Right-hander of 13, 12. Downshift on the throttle, and your goal is to pick the right line and keep your foot in the whole time. Downshift from Young Lights there from 6 to 7. It's up to a 112.539. So that 112, 112 and a half, 113 seems to be fast. Thought Frigate was behind on a push slap. No, definitely not. About to be on one. So we'll see if Frigate can answer. That was a pretty good looking turn 3. Got it turn through turn 5 there. 7 and 8 always tricky. Very nice. A little bit of a let up there. Finish in sector 2. Not a purple second sector, but only 2/10 from that 112.48. So have a fantastic third sector here. Oh, pulls into the pits. Okay. What's another go at? Rosenheimer's got one of the other Ferraris behind. Not what Joan wanted there, as far as traffic. Masters was just cutting grass. Okay, into the pits. And Poison Harbor is still out there on the hard compound. Looks like everybody's going to throw on a fresh set of soft rubbers and see what they can do. First one out looks to be Frigate. Then I believe Young Lights, followed by MDJ. And it'll be Folkmasters. Everyone's letting the Williams go by, it looks like. I think it's going to be Frigate setting our first fastest time. As the drivers are a little spread out. He's got a little dirt on the side pod there. As Frigate is the first to start, the first of our last fast laps here. As you can see in the background, MDJ makes her way through turns 1 and 2, able to stick to the inside of turn 3 the whole time. Slow it down into turn 4. Nice and tidy through turn 5 there. Pinches the inside, goes for a hard turn in on turn 8. Backs out of it looks like. So we need to pick up with Young Lights now. Or MDJ. I think MDJ is backed out as well. And Poison Harbor still out there on the hard, just rolling with it. Alright, the Young Lights is giving up. Here we are with Frigate. On a push lap in the Ferrari, soft compounds, late in the day, session almost over. Can you put in a lap? Anybody who's on a lap can finish the lap that they're on. And there it is with a 1:12.471, the fastest of this session. MDJ crosses the line. Not an improvement. Folkmasters is only 1/10 up on in the second sector. Oh, didn't quite bring it in. A pretty good testing session there. Yeah. As we'll take a look at the times that the drivers did. Take a look at the tires used. Frigate with a ton of pit stops. And then the gaps to everybody. So 112.5 looks like a good point that we want to see these drivers trying to get to over the next few days of testing and sessions that we're going to be running here. So good first session here as we begin week 2 in our Elite Aspect F125 testing season for preseason testing. So that's going to do it for this testing session. Again, this is week 2. We're here in Spain. Day 1, session 1. We'll be back in an hour with one more testing session with some different drivers out there for you guys to see, and we'll be getting plenty of information on lap times and what these guys are capable of. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys in about an hour right back here. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one.